Så hallo? Helt sikkert. Yes, jeg er klar. Hello? Hello? Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody found your seat. I don't see that many free chairs. So the rest of you, if you want to stand outside, please do so at a proper distance, or go catch the stream on your laptops. As long as you don't bunch up, then we're happy. So, welcome everybody to Bornhack 2020. It is fantastic to see you all. We've been here since Thursday. The most of the Orga team and a bunch of volunteers and a growing number of volunteers over the days. And today, of course, has been full of people arriving, old and new faces. And it is just wonderful to see everybody, and that in spite of everything that has happened this year, that we can still have, though at a reduced size, what promises to be an awesome event. So welcome everybody. We'll do, like we've done before, if you've been here before, a quick Hello World presentation where we talk about the venue, and of course we're going to talk a bit about Corona stuff, and we represent some teams and what's going on during the week, and all kinds of things. Other than that, information can be found on our website. We have a pretty comprehensive info page with all the details about how to be a visitor at Bornhack, and how to what we offer, various facilities and stuff like that. So, without further ado, let's get going. We have for a while not been quite sure whether Bornhack would happen at all. So it is pleasing to have a 5th anniversary, although it is smaller than we would have hoped. Then you're all here to celebrate it with us, and that is fantastic. If you were here during build-up, thank you immensely for your help. It is we know it takes some time out of the calendar and maybe some extra holidays and stuff, and it's a lot of hard work, and it has been pretty sunny and hot to carry around tables and chairs and building tents and all that. It helps tremendously, and it makes the organizing team full of energy and desire to keep doing this, because we get so much help from all you wonderful build-up people. We still have a lot of stuff that needs doing. Most of the big stuff works, like we have power all over the venue, we have internet and stuff like that, but there's a ton of little things, and if you notice anything, you can report it in different ways. We'll get to that, but for now, the things we do know need fixing, but we just haven't gotten around to, or we just need more hands, or fresh hands, people who haven't been working for 4 or 5 days in the sun. It doesn't have to be a big job, but sometimes when you've been working for a while, it can be a big task just to do a 15-minute job that takes 2 people. So we have a whiteboard by the info desk. Please go there, check. It has a list of jobs that needs doing, how many people you need to do it, how long time to expect to do it, and a contact person. And it's stuff like distribute soap to the sinks, and stuff like carry some pallets from A to B, or some soda to the bar area. All kinds of little weird tasks. So if you want to help out, that is an excellent way to get started. Expect the venue to evolve during the week. We sometimes intentionally, sometimes unintentionally, don't have everything finished by now. The name of the bar is the Work in Progress Bar, because that is constantly evolving, and the venue is as well. So don't expect everything to stay as is right now. We may surprise. So let's get this one out of the way. I'm sure you're all just about tired of hearing about this, but we're gonna go over it carefully, and I'm sure we can all have a nice event without any unacceptable risks. We we are having this in spite of larger events being cancelled, and of course a 20,000 people event probably would be a bad idea right now. But we are at a size where we feel, and at a venue that has a size where we feel that we can actually maintain proper distance, and we've taken a bunch of precautions. Apart from reduced participation, of course, as you know, you were all lucky enough to get a ticket, but not everybody was. We have much more room between people in the speakers tent, so if you want to bring 3 or 4 laptops, now you can, and sit there with the whole setup. We're getting more cleaning from outside people, partly because none of us are particularly interested in cleaning the toilets, and partly because they do a proper job, and they get a good night's sleep, and they don't hang in the bar until 2 a.m. and have to get up and do it and stuff. So we want to make sure this gets done right. So they clean all the surfaces in the food area and the workshop rooms, and of course all the showers and toilets, and that's done twice daily. In the camping areas, we have plenty of room this year. We are not that many people, so please spread out. There's no reason to limit yourselves. If you want to build a village where you have some room between the tents, go right ahead. We have plenty of space this year. Please remember the distancing. You've heard this a million times. Make this 1,000,001 then. Keep your distance, especially in the bar, and we're gonna be throughout the week reiterating this, because the bar is a place where people tend to maybe sometimes forget the good habits of the good COVID-19 habits. So we're going to be pretty strict about it at the bar. All the seating is done with proper distance between, so you can sit somewhere and talk, and people can still pass without rubbing against each other and stuff. Do not crowd the bar. Do not hang out like you sometimes would at a bar. The bar is for going to pick up drinks and then going off to sit somewhere. Right, and the same goes in the food area. You should keep your distance. You should, of course, everybody wash your hands. That always goes when you're dealing with food, but in particular now. We have loads of sinks. There's hand soap everywhere. We have loads of those huge, what's it called, disinfectant pump containers, and you don't need a full, you'll get a proper handful. They are a bit, so just a tiny squeeze will get you properly clean. Right, and wear a mask if you feel it's appropriate. We don't have a mask requirement. We feel that if people are good enough at distancing, we'll leave it up to people, but especially if you leave the venue, or if you're going to maybe a workshop where you're going to be, I don't know, soldering and looking at each other's whatever, then maybe consider wearing a mask. We sell them at the info desk, or you can buy them yourselves. We have disposable masks for 10 kroners that are from a Danish pharmacy, so they are approved and proper disposable masks. They should be good for I think a 3 to 5 hours use or something like that, and it's for 10 kroners or hacks. Please follow these guidelines. We have an extremely low tolerance level for of course there's no corona deniers here, but we really expect, we know we love all you anarchists, like we put in a news post lately, but these rules you actually have to follow. We have no tolerance for bullshit in this regard. And if you have any ideas how we can improve this, we are not health professionals. We've followed all the guidelines we've gotten from the government. We've done everything we can, but if you see an obvious room for improvement, and it's feasible to do and within budget and stuff. We tried to get a test truck here from the health authorities, but they said we were too few people, and I don't understand that. But that any ideas? Sure, bring them up by all means. Let's get that hacker ingenuity going. I know people have been 3D printing stuff. We even have a talk about that from Jenny later in the week, I think. There. And we think that's exciting. So if we can do anything, then that would be a nice legacy to have for this year's event. Okay, those of you who have been here before and and especially new people, be aware we have a code of conduct. We've had the same code of conduct since we began. We haven't made any major modifications to it, so please read it. It will be posted around the venue, and we have it on our website, and it is important that you read, understand, and always follow it. Again, we have no tolerance for harassment and stuff like that. The things that I mentioned in the code of conduct are basic human decency, and we expect everybody to absolutely adhere to it. I think that was all the serious stuff. That's good to get out of the way, right? Okay, so volunteers, I've already thanked the build-up crew, and we are very happy about that. But as the week progresses, we still have lots of stuff to do. And if you haven't joined the team, maybe consider going to the website and looking over the teams that need help. We have a bunch of them. I have a list later with the ones that need the most help. But it's a great way to meet other hackers and a great way to help the event and offload some of the work from the organizers. So we, like everybody, have been hit a bit financially by the COVID-19 situation. We've had to cut maybe 3/4 of the tickets we would have normally sold this year, or a bit less, but still. And a lot of our expenses are not variable with the number of participants, like venues and stuff. So this year we are especially dependent on our sponsors. Many of these are repeat sponsors. Most of them have been here since the beginning, actually, and it says a lot that the sponsors that have been with us since the beginning are also the sponsors that turn out to still want to work with us during this. I mean, almost every company has been hit financially by this, and so we are immensely grateful. Please send them happy thoughts. Send them some business if you can. Just if you see visitors from a sponsor here, give them a sanitary live long and prosper instead of a hug, but still buy them a beer or do something. They've absolutely made this event possible. We would not be able to rent the venue and all that without some help from these organizations. It is also worth mentioning that as a sponsor at Bornhack, you don't get any, you cannot buy a speaker slot. You don't get any influence over the event in any shape or form. You get the exposure and you get your name associated with the event, but you don't get any influence. If a sponsor has a talk here, it's because the talk has been weighed against the other content and found to be worth having, regardless of the sponsorship. There's absolutely no interaction between those two teams in that regard. But that being said, let's give a huge round of applause to the sponsors. Okay. So we have a new venue map on the website, and it will be evolving as we get more stuff put onto it. It is yeah, we haven't had it for that long, so we're still getting used to using it. Mostly you can go see where we have stuff like toilets and showers and power outlets and network, if you need your network cable plugged in, and the markers on the map have various colors and various information. You can see it all on the website. First things first, this whole area is protected in some extreme degree that I don't even know the name of, so we have to be very careful with the venue. And in particular, there's something called ridge furrow farming about 10,000 years ago, where they dug these trenches, and you can still see them in the landscape, especially up by the cabins, and especially if you go to the map and turn on the altitude map, then you can clearly see those ridges dug, and they are very protected, so they are extremely sensitive about digging here. So if you brought a shovel, please put it in your car and do not dig anywhere, because they take that very seriously. And also, of course, no littering, and generally take care of this absolutely beautiful forest that we are guests in nature, and everybody is expected to act as such. We have 3 main camping areas this year. We've had to scale down a bit because of the financial situation, so some of the stuff you saw last year and some of the stuff that we will have next year, if we're operating at full capacity, we simply couldn't afford this year. So the areas we have are the big general camping area that's by the info desk, the biggest camping area here. It's called general camping because it's just there's nothing, no particular requirements or anything to you can just put up your tent and have a nice time there. And down by behind the food area is the noisy area, and if you like to combine camping with loudspeakers, and especially if you like to turning them up loud, then that's the place for you. You are allowed to make noise in the noisy area. It is conveniently down between two hills, so most of the noise don't go to the neighbors, but keep it still within a reasonable level. We don't want to bother neighbors, even though they are far away from the noisy area. Noise still travels, especially at night, and we don't want angry neighbors. So party away, play all the music you want, but within not insane level, please. Where we had the family and the quiet area last year, we have not been able to find it in the budget to get infrastructure down there. So there's no power and there's no Wi-Fi. There's still running water, but no power and Wi-Fi. And you're very welcome to camp there, but expect no coverage. But if you're only looking for a place to sleep, and that'll probably be the quietest place on the venue. The parking area, if you have a parking ticket, it's on the left when you drove into the venue. It's hard to miss. There's a bunch of cars there and there's a sign pointing to it. You need a parking ticket. It's 100 kroners. And please park in a sensible way down there, and not so we don't have to have people move around. We have a bunch of fireplaces on the venue. It is permitted to build a fire there. You don't need to ask anybody. You go right ahead. We love bonfires, but we absolutely want to keep them in the designated fireplaces. They are the orange markers on the map. There's 4 of them here, and a couple of them are really big, and the other 2 are not so big. But they are there for the use, and we would love to see some bonfires around the venue. Finally, behind the info desk is the Orga Village. It is where we have all our stuff, where we drive around with the electric car and do stuff, and we have meetings, and it's also where the Orga people live. And we are not just Orga, we're also here to enjoy ourselves, and we also need a bit of privacy now and then. So if you can please stay out of the Orga area. It is marked up with yellow tape, and it's if you find yourself between containers and equipment and pallets and stuff, then you're in the wrong place, absolutely. So please stay out of there with love and respect, but please stay out. That's it. Questions about the venue can go to the info desk. Walk around and see everything. Our lights team has done an amazing job this year getting everything ready. It truly is a one-man army, so he's worthy of getting many beers and hails. When the night falls, go around and watch it. And while I remember, there's a Mercedes meteor shower this evening, and if there's no clouds, you should be able to see a lot of shooting stars. So if you want that sort of thing. Right. Oh, we hadn't done all the boring stuff. There is the little nasty black creatures called ticks in the high grass, and they are on this venue. We know this, and do please check yourself. They have a very small chance, but they do have a chance of carrying that tick-borne encephalitis, whatever it's called, a nasty disease. And you just basically need to check yourself, and they do tend to sit in the moist little crevices of the body that are a bit difficult to get to, but maybe you can pair up 2 and 2 and team up and check each other. Have a bit of fun. So check that, and contact the CERT team or the info desk. They have the special pliers you can use for removing them if you don't want to just use a knife or whatever you have handy. Okay, right. The info desk, like I said, it's by the across from the main camping area, and they have some guaranteed opening hours between 10 and 12, and from 4 to 6, and in between there they'll also be open, but they reserve the right to, if they don't have enough people and somebody needs to go to the toilet or get some food or something, then they will close. But you can absolutely visit the info desk from 10 to 12 and 4 to 6. They are, apart from doing wristbands and all that stuff, which reminds me I haven't got my wristband. If you don't have yours yet, then do go to the info desk tomorrow and get it done. They also have a fridge with some mate and some soda and some stuff. So until the bar opens, usually a bit later than that, then you can go to the info desk for your cool beverages. The info desk needs additional help. It's one of the teams that have been hit a bit by Corona, because 2 of our main organizers that are normally the 2 main people taking care of the info desk, Anke and Vidya, are sadly both missing. They are not sick, but they cannot be here. So and that just means that the info desk, not only is it under new management, but the team just needs people, right? So if you can sit for a few hours and sell tickets and mate and check people's wristbands and stuff, then please go to the info desk and talk to the people sitting there. They would really, really love some help. Okay. So the work in progress bar is coming along very nicely. I didn't have time to go down there the day before yesterday, so I had a full maybe 36 hours away, and it went from being 6 pallets and almost nothing to being the amazing thing that they've built down there now. It is always a work in progress, so it keeps evolving, but already we have something very nice. Please use the bar. There's shopping and stuff nearby, and you are welcome to go buy your stuff there, but we need the profits from the bar to make this work. So it's as simple as that. We have a carefully selected, careful selection of special beers chosen by some of our beer enthusiasts, is the word, I think. And we have, of course, our custom, like we always do, our custom vodka and our custom hakvit. And and of course, since this is the 5th anniversary, you will need a bottle to collect the whole set. So absolutely do get a bottle of that as well, or more than one. We have to have last call at 2 because of the permits from the police, and that means after 2 we are not allowed to sell alcohol anymore. You don't have to vacate the bar. We don't have to close the bar. We just cannot sell you alcohol. So if you go buy something at 150, then feel free to hang around. Right. The venue map has the location of all the power pubs. Please help yourself to power. They are covered by a plastic bag to keep them out of the rain, which we hope won't come. But please recover them when you've plugged in your stuff. If you see a power hub without a cover, or you see a power hub that doesn't have power, or you see anything else wrong, then please, if you see it without cover, just pull it over. Generally, if you see something that's easy to fix, it's better if you just fix it than report it. But if you don't want to or can't fix it, then we really want to know. We've introduced the map I was talking about, and all the little dots on it have a feedback button. So if you click on a power distribution point, for example, you can choose between some quick feedback options, or write a message and say, if it's a toilet, you can say there's no toilet paper, or it needs cleaning, or if it's a power outlet, you can say there's no power, or water has gotten in this, please help, or some such. We're still getting the QR codes out and stuff, but the system is there to use on the website. So if you know that something is wrong somewhere, go find the particular facility on the website, click feedback, and submit it there. The QR codes are only for easy access when you have your phone with you. Right. The network team has been amazing again this year, getting the fiber from a Global Connect point of presence about 500 meters from here across a big road. up a flagpole, over the road, down another flagpole, and then in through a garden and in through a forest, over a hill and up through the nature area and through main camping, and then up to the little building by the food area where our network core is. They've distributed network access points all over the venue. If you want Ethernet, you can just leave your cable and it'll be plugged in. And if you want Wi-Fi, there's a few different SSIDs. And I've been encouraged to ask you to use more bandwidth because we're not using all the bandwidth we have. So please knock yourselves out. Go right ahead. I don't want to know what you're using it for at all. The uplink is sponsored by Bornfiber, and it goes through our Global Connect, the fiber itself, the physical link. It's terminated at Bornfiber in Høje-Taastrup, and it is routed through the internet via TDC. We have a permanent IPv6 allocation, and we have a borrowed IPv4 allocation from RIPE. Both are routed through our own AS number. It is all lovely. On the public Wi-Fi, you get a public IP. There's no firewall or anything, so make sure you have that, but you should have that anyway, regardless of which network you connect to. The other 802.1x has the fancy auth where you get the individual encryption for you instead of WPA or clear text. And the Bornhack-NAT is for like tablets and stuff where you would like to have the kind of protection you get from a normal NAT router at home where there's no ports open inbound, so you can lock your tablet or phone on the Wi-Fi without risking too much. Right, and then the NOC team would of course love to hear about problems or help you if you have questions. Okay. So we have, we of course generate a lot of garbage, and we consume a lot of liquids in the heat, and that generates some empty bottles and cans. And we are trying hard to label our trash cans so we get it sorted properly. There's bins for regular trash, and then there's one for plastic bottles and cans. They go in one, and it's only if they have the Danish VAT logo, and it has the logo on the trash can. So if you don't see that little circular arrow with you can see the logo easily, then please don't put it in, because we will have to stand by hand and sort this after. So, and that it was a big toll on a couple of the organizers last year. We've tried to label it more carefully this year. When we say cans, we mean cans with the VAT logo, not a tomato can or stuff like that. I realize this can be, I mean, not all countries have the same VAT and return system, but this is what we have in Denmark, and we try to use it as much as we can. Then there's another bin for glass bottles with VAT. They go to different containers back to our VAT processing company, so please don't mix them. And then a couple of bins for regular trash. If you see a full bin, please beep the QR code and select this is full or needs emptying or whatever the option is, or inform the info desk if you don't see a QR code or can't be bothered doing it electronically. We want to know anyway, but we would love to get all the feedback standardized in this system so we can easily manage it and have some stats on it and stuff like that. Right, again this year we have bicycles that you are welcome to borrow at the info desk. You can use them to go grocery shopping. It's 3 kilometers away. We even have a little trailer for carrying a kid or some groceries or something around. They come with helmets and locks and lights and everything, and we have a few different sizes, and they are very nice bikes. If you do, you go and borrow it, bring it back in one piece and take care of them, and do go see this lovely area. It is great. Okay, just a second. I need to wet my beak. Okay, we have a custom currency at Bornhack called Hacks. It is the only way you can pay for alcohol. We don't accept Danish kroners, we don't accept card, we don't accept mobile pay or anything like that. The only thing we accept is hacks. Fortunately, you can buy hacks with the previously mentioned methods, so it all works out in the end. You can buy them at the info desk or at the bar or online in our web shop. If you buy them online, you'll of course have to take the order to the info desk to actually physically get them in your hand. They can be used at the info desk to buy stuff, or at the food vendor. Singular, we only have one this year, but he is promising to be very nice. I went there twice today, and I'm very happy. And of course, in the bar. They look, you've probably seen them, or you will see them very soon. They are brightly colored plastic tokens, and they correspond to Danish kroners. So if something is 25 hacks in the bar, it would be 25 kroners if we didn't have the hack system. And if you're wondering why it doesn't have the system, then I can explain it some other time. Okay, as promised, a few teams still need help. The info team, like I said, they have been hit hard by some missing organizers. They would love for some people to be able to help them, so they can leave the info desk once in a while. And the video team is particularly important this year because we have low capacity in the speakers tent, so it's important that all the talks, all speakers who want to get recorded, can get recorded, and that requires some people to join the video team, so they don't have to sit up here all day, every day, the members they do have. So it is pretty easy. You get a thorough introduction, and as a bonus, you get to see a lot of talks. So if you intend to see talks anyway, why not sit behind the camera and help your fellow hackers that couldn't fit in the speaker's tent? I'm told that it's an easy intro, and that it's absolutely manageable work. Great. Okay, the bar team still needs a few people, so if you know how to tend bar, especially in a hygienic way in these times, then Sarah would love to hear from you. I think they need 2 people still. The food area team, I think they are finishing up down there, but they have needed some help during the day. So if you go there and see people working, maybe offer your help to get it finished up, and or the last will be done tomorrow. But the food area, for if you haven't been here before, is where you can cook your own food, and it's also where the food vendor is. We have fridges available. There's still a lot of fridge shelves free, so you can rent one on the website. You can go buy groceries, put your food in the fridge, and light up a barbecue or a gas-powered stove to cook your food and do the dishes when you're done, like you would at home, but in a group of hackers maybe. It's a way to we know you have varying diets, and some people just like to cook and like to hack food, and we of course want to support all we can. We even have a fridge down there for food sharing and some shelves. So if you have something you know you're not going to use, then put it in the free shelf, in the free fridge or in the shelves, and also use the food. We want to minimize food waste as much as possible, and not all people come here with the same budget. So have some rice or whatever left over, put it on the shelves. I'm sure somebody will love to eat it. The sanitation team, colloquially called Team Shit, also needs help. They don't actually deal with shit that much. It's mainly emptying the garbage bags. But it is taking shit that other people somehow produced. But it has the added bonus of riding around in the electric golf cart, which is pretty fun. So if you're up for some trips around the venue to replace garbage bags with full with empty, and drive around in a vest playing They See Me Rollin' in the electric car, then please let us know, and we would love to have your help for Team Shit. Right, all this is happening on the website. Everything almost happens on the website. So if you haven't familiarized yourself with it, go log in and check it out, and join the teams you feel could maybe use your help. And this slide also reveals that I haven't actually made these slides myself, because somebody snuck in a Microsoft Teams logo over there. That's I didn't actually notice that when I was, yeah. Okay, well done, Lasse. What? Oh, right, the third team also needs help, of course. I forgot about that. They take care of little and big issues. I have a slide about them later, but they need people too. Or actually now. They wear orange vests. Orga wear yellow vests, and the CERT team and the photo team wear orange vests. They can take care of ticks and splinters and little stuff like that, or cut or bruise, and of course more serious business, which we really hope that we won't get. We have a heart starter in the info desk if anything really serious happens. We have first aid kits distributed around the venue, the info desk, speakers tent, food area, and the cabin workshop area. And tomorrow during lunch at 12:30 in the workshop rooms, there will be a CERT team meet and greet. So if you have first aid experience, you've taken a first aid course within, a reasonable number of years ago, then please, we could use your help. You'll get a shift and you'll have maybe 8 hours where you have a radio and a bike and a vest, and you'll just be ready to respond if anything happens. It is a very low stress job with occasional high stress peaks, but mostly, and especially with this low number of people, there won't be an insane amount of work. It will be ticks and splinters mostly. So noon to 12:30 tomorrow in the workshop rooms if you're interested in helping out the CERT team and helping out your fellow hackers feel safe. Okay, the photo team. They will also wear orange vests to distinguish themselves from the organizers. They respect the code of conduct, which says, among other things, to not take pictures without everybody in the picture previously having agreed for the picture to be taken, which means basically no crowd pictures, because it's just there's too much logistics in asking everybody. So I mean, we all want to document our wonderful experiences, and we all want to share stuff with people at home, but if you take pictures, make sure there's no people on them, or you've asked the people on the pictures beforehand. And that, of course, also goes for our photo team. We, of course, would love to have some awesome pictures to put on our website and in our materials and flyers and stuff. And the photo team has, of course, been briefed about this, and they will ask everybody in a picture unless they know beforehand. I mean, if they've asked before and they know everybody in the picture is okay with it, then they won't, but they will follow these rules. If you have questions, you're welcome to ask the photo team people and see their pictures if you are not sure if you were included in it. We fully respect people's privacy and also are not crazy ourselves about having our pictures taken without our consent or permit. So yes, of course, we will respect this. But that being said, if you don't mind, then please allow the photo team to take pictures of you, because there's so many cool situations in an event like this and people doing cool stuff, and it is so hard to document without getting people's faces. So if you don't really mind, then please allow them to take pictures. Okay. There was a deadline for ordering merchandise some days back, and if you missed it, there is still a little bit available in the web shop. Not many pieces of each size, but a few, and if you hurry, you can get it, and if not, when it's sold out, it's sold out. We're not going to get any more delivered or anything like that. There's no late order or second batch, and there's no mailing merchandise to people because it's too much work. So we have some in the workshop. If you haven't ordered what you want, then I suggest you go do it immediately after this. It will be available from Friday afternoon is the goal right now, and the people producing it might adjust that later, but Friday is a good bet. Badges should be available tomorrow from 10 in the info desk. We are still not entirely clear if they are going to be free this year, because we haven't found a badge sponsor, and we are pretty pressed financially, so they might cost 50 or 100 kroners or hacks, but we actually don't quite know yet. But they will be available tomorrow from noon, whatever the price, but hopefully they will be free like they've been the other years, and we will sort out the financial stuff later. That's my hope, but I honestly don't know, and I'm the person who should know. I just haven't had time to actually sit down and take a good long look at the finances. So remember to attend the badge talk tomorrow. It's at 1 to 2, and it is usually lots of fun to hear how badges are produced and what kind of hacking options it has. I hear this I hear many interesting things about it this year, and I'm very excited about it. But I will let the badge team have been doing an immense amount of work to get everything working, and especially working around Corona delivery restrictions and deadlines and stuff. Getting stuff in from various countries, and China in particular is tricky to say the least. And they have gotten them produced, and they are working, and they are looking awesome, and the feature set seems awesome. But I'll let them, won't spoil the surprises. So show up tomorrow or stream it. And if you don't have really strong feelings for a talk, consider staying at home in your tent with a laptop, and then having your leaving the space for your fellow hackers. We have 60 seats here and 150 people in the venue, and there will of course always be a few people who can't go. So think twice before you go up here. We want to see a full tent, of course, but we you know what I mean. Consider leaving a space sometimes. And remember the badge talk tomorrow. It's at 1. Right, I got to the end of my slides. I have a couple of things that I didn't have time to put in them because I got to it pretty late before this. So bear with me, they are not in any particular order, and I also need to pass my own writing. So the power team, like I said, we haven't had the budget to stretch the power installations all the way to what is now the nature area. This also means that we have some long stretches of cable, and this means that there will be voltage drops around the venue, particularly if anybody's powering up anything particularly power hungry at the moment. We've heard reports of as low as 180 volts, which is fine. We know it's not perfect, but for a normal switch, I mean, for your laptops and stuff, it doesn't matter at all. A few things will have problems, but most devices will not have a problem at all. And I mean, it is what it is. It is what we could afford, so I'm sure we will make it work. If you have something important that doesn't work, then go to the cabin and plug it in. Power should be fine there. But I mean, you can charge your laptops and your phones, and you can get light in your tents and stuff, and that is, with the budget the power team has had this year, it is nothing short of a fucking miracle what they've done. So they deserve a huge round of applause. So yeah, a low voltage here and there, that is absolutely excused. And jumping straight into something completely different, like I said, when you take a cup from the bar, please bring it back. I know it's a kind of random to say on the first day, but they already kind of detected a pattern. So if you do get a draft beer and walk off with it, you're welcome to do that. But the glasses need to find their way back because we don't have an unlimited supply, even with this amount of participants. We still have room for lightning talks. So if anybody maybe hasn't done a talk before, that's a great way to get started. If you have a bit of stage fright, it's only 5 minutes. You can do it about anything at all. It literally doesn't matter. It just has to be something you are passionate about, and it's a great way to get started on a stage. It's how and I think most people started out with a small, I'm gonna go say something because I really need to get this off my chest and talk about a project or something I discovered while debugging something or whatever it might be, and before you know it, you'll be doing regular talks. You might also have a regular talk or not, but you just have something that isn't a big enough subject for a regular talk. That's a perfect candidate for a lightning talk. So they can be submitted on the website through the regular channels, and I'm told that the lightning talks have been scheduled later. I don't know what day or what time, but later in the week. Right, then I have the media shower, but I already mentioned that. Remember to look up if, I don't know if there's a cloud cover, but the rest of the evenings have had beautiful, beautiful cloudless, starry skies. So let's hope it's like that again this year. And I also mentioned the speakers tent. Don't crowd up outside. If you don't have room to get in and get a seat, then please go back down and turn on the stream on your laptop, or go to one of the places. Maybe we'll get some streaming up in the bar if you want to take that job and put up a screen and some streaming stuff. Please do so. Like I said, if you see a room for improvement and you feel like you're able to do something, go to the info desk or just catch a vest and talk to us. We would love to hear from you. it is a participatory event. You're supposed to enjoy being here, of course, and relax, but also give a hand when you can. You are hackers. You're doers. You know, you don't just sit back, right? We do stuff. We make stuff happen, and that's what this is all about. Thank you all for showing up on this in uncertain times. We weren't sure this was going to happen, and I'm sure you were weary about getting tickets for an event. You weren't sure what's going to happen and all that, and you placed your trust in us, and we are going to repay that by making a great event for you. So thank you all, and I'm looking very much forward to the next week. And remember to go to the bar and spend some of your lovely money and talk and mingle, but do so at a distance. Please do not crowd the bar. Buy something, then go away and sit down. Thank you.